Hello and welcome to Vlogmas Day 6. Well, it's later on in the day. I'm back home from work now and it's time to get some crafting done to share with you. So it's been a very miserable day today. Not too cold, but it's just been dull and damp and miserable and dark. And we're expecting rain and winds this evening, so not very nice. Mine's the perfect time to hunker down inside in the warm and get some crafting done, which I will definitely be doing that this evening. Right, so I thought today I'll start off with my advent calendar. So we're on day 6. Just take the elastic band off and let's see what shapes we've got today. We're back to blobs. We've got 2 more blobs to put on. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do now and get them stitched on. I'm not going to record me doing that because it's just blobs again, so I'll get on with it and then I'll come back and see you in a short while. And I've finished all the stitching, so that's the 2 fawn pieces put on. But that is definitely looking like a tree house, isn't it? The little rooms. I mean, there's a gap here, so I wonder what we can fit in there. I wonder if it's going to be a door in the middle, maybe a little tiny window either side, or a door on one side and another room. There's not much room for anything else, is there? But I've enjoyed that. It's not been so hard sewing these 2 pieces on. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what tomorrow brings. I wonder if it's going to be another blob or we're actually going to be starting to stitch. Now I was looking at the box, just hang on a sec while I get the, and I've just sort of realised looking at the pictures. Now if you look at that, now this here is over the blue at the side, so I'm wondering if that is like some kind of ladder coming down the tree. I don't know. Now I'm not sure what this one is here, but this looks like there's quite a lot of stitching on there. That's going to be interesting, but you can see all the stitching there. It's quite detailed, some of it. I'm not sure what this is though. Looks a lot of stitch in that. Oh dear. Well, we can only try and it'll turn out as it turns out. And if it's not that good, then, you know, I can always redo it. Right, well, that's my advent for today. So now I'm going to get all the pieces out for the wreath, because like I say, a lot of things are already put together, but I will put pictures in and share what I can, and then I'll show you sort of how I put it together. And now we're going to do the wreath. Now I'm not sure off the top of my head how many photographs I've got, but I'll try and put a photograph in as I'm talking along and hopefully it'll all match, because like I said, I can't remember what I've taken. The first picture you'll see is sort of what you need to make the wreath. Now not everything is in there because I was sort of just doing bits as I was going along. So you should be able to see, I'm not sure what size the wreath ring is, whether it's a 10 or a 12 now, I can't remember. But there's a wire wreath ring, and then there's some strips of polyester wadding, and there's some strips of hessian. And then what I did was the strips are cut into 4-inch strips, and I wrapped them round. I wrapped the polyester wadding around the wreath. I clipped it as I went along so it would hold it in place, and I didn't hot glue anything together because polyester, I didn't know how it would stick. I know the glue would melt the polyester wadding. So what I did when I'd wrapped everything, I'd pegged it, Then I just went in with needle and thread and just sort of roughly overstitched the joins just to make it secure. So I did that with the polyester, and I did the exact same thing with the Hessian. So, and this is how the Hessian has turned out. So it's a bit rustic looking, but I've wrapped it round, and this is sort of where I finished off. So this is going to be my top where I put my bow. So I'll just pop that on one side for a minute. I've got the glue gun heating up here. Then I've got some felt, and I've got some little buttons, and I've got some little red bows. So I've made 3 gingerbread men up like that. Then I've put the face on, I've put some buttons on, and what I'm going to do in a minute is just stick the little bow on. I've got some little peppermint swirls for decoration, and I've got some, oops, wait a minute, I've got some wired edged ribbon here. Now I just need to get my pins out, and this is really nice wide edged ribbon. This is just a piece, and you can see it's gingerbread men and it's all the colour. So it all ties in together really, really well. So I think I've got about 1.5 meters, so I've got enough to play with. So I've made myself a bow, and then I used a piece of the spare ribbon. I'll just take my bow apart a little bit so you can see what I've done. So I've just sort of folded it up to make a bow. I stitched part of the tails together, and then I've put a bit of string around it just to hold it all together. I've just done one piece so you get like one bow, but with it being wired, I've folded it in there a little bit so you get the look of using 2 pieces of ribbon to make like a double bow. And then to go around this centre piece, I've got a bit of scrap. So I've just got that much. Fold in the edges, and then I'm going to wrap this around the centre. I'm trying to get as much as a gingerbread man in the centre that I can, but it's a little bit fiddly this, sorry. I mean, that's roughly how it's going to be. And then what I'm going to do is hot glue this together, and then I can actually start and put all the pieces on the wreath. So to be honest, I mean, I haven't got the costings of this, but I will get them at the end, because I've left my pieces of paper in my handbag, and that's upstairs. But it doesn't cost a lot of money, I don't think. So I'm going to change the camera angle and see if we can go top down, see if I've got enough room on the worktop that you can actually see what I'm doing.
Mine and yours. The smell
And I hope you enjoyed seeing that video of how I sort of ended up putting the wreath together. Now, the position of my camera and where I was sat, I think I might have got my head in the way a few times, so if I did, I apologise. And if I can, I will try and chop those little bits out. But it's not easy getting the right angle in my sewing room because I've got shelves up there, everything. So that's the finished wreath, which I think has turned out really, really nice. So I think what I'm going to do is maybe try and attach a D-ring onto the back here somehow. Maybe just stitch it on so I can hang it up in the shop. So I've got a hook on the wall in the shop and I can hang it up on that. And then when I bring it home at Christmas, I don't know where I'm going to put it. I'm going to put it out the way of Salem because he likes wreaths. You might not like this one as much, but he tends to like to try and get it. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. It's turned out well, and hope in the future I'll be able to make some more. Right, well, I did some costings of it, and if I was selling kits to make that wreath, it would cost you £15, which I think for a handmade wreath quite good. But if you were going out and sourcing the products, you would have to pay, you wouldn't be able to just go and probably buy the swirls on their own. Now, I bought these off Amazon and they were about £9 something for a bag of 100. Now, not many people want 100, but I know I will use them. And like I said, if I made kits up, then yes, I would use them for that. And the buttons, they're tiny buttons and they came in a bag of 50, and there's nowhere I could go and buy them individually. So they would cost, if you were costing it up, then you'd probably have to add on another £15. So that would make it expensive. If you can buy the wired ribbon by the metre, depends where you shop and how much it costs. I mean, I'm not really sure. I mean, I think if you can go into the cheap shops, you might get some wired ribbon. And if you go to a craft shop, I don't know. I don't know how much they cost, because I don't tend to sell the wired ribbon because it is expensive and I can't compete with like the Range, the Works, the Pound Shop on the prices. So I do buy it in, but only the odd roll for something in particular that I would like to make. And then if I did kits up in the shop and things like that, I would just sell it at whatever, just basically just so I got my money back on the roll. That would be it. But I know some of the rolls of ribbon I've had in the past, I would have to sell it at £2 odd a metre, which is a lot of money when people can just go to the cheaper shops and just buy a roll for £1 or £1.50. But yeah, so that's me for today. I'm going to brave the weather because it's actually very, very windy outside and it has been raining. And I'm going to go back in the house now and I'm going to get myself a nice cup of tea and just sit down and relax for the rest of the evening. I'm not going to do any crafting tonight because I think I've done enough today. So I hope everybody's had a nice day and I hope you're having a lovely evening, and I hope you're enjoying all the Vlogmases that are out there. I'm having a little bit more time this year to try and watch some Vlogmases, which I do whenever I can. Throughout the day I am watching a few. So it's nice that a lot of them are short. At least I can get to watch them then. So I will see you all again tomorrow for another day of Vlogmas. Bye for now.